There was another moment in my career that was a life-changing moment and a career-changing moment was when I decided I had already built put the infrastructure of the agency and committed to, building this business. And I was already there. I was in the office. I was working in this little tiny green office, and I knew inherently that I should start documenting this process. I knew that I was listening to a lot of Gary Vee, who was a genius marketer, Gary Vaynerchuk, genius marketer, and I could see what he was doing. I understood that video was a very important part of marketing and branding and influence. So I began to record myself, and I just said, I knew that I had to do one of three things: either be funny, which I'm not super funny. Like, some people argue that I am funny. Some people think I'm not funny. Like, there's a little like running joke in my family that I'm like the least funny person. I think it's BS. I honestly think I'm kind of funny, and people just are hating. Anyways, so either be funny, be extremely entertaining, which insurance, hard to be super entertaining, or three, bring massive value to people that is they're going to educate and teach them, which I chose the kind of the value route. And I also like the entertainment part, which, kind of keeps the office light and stuff. But the value route, I didn't know anything else at the time other than how I just started my insurance agency. That's all I knew what to do. Like the structure, it was a massive pain in the ass because I didn't know how to, all those things. It took me months to gather all the different information, how to, get the DBA, how to get the business license, how to get the approval from the Department of Insurance, how to get my business entity license, how do I get my logo, like all these different things that I had to put together that I finally made work. I was like, you know what? I'm going to just turn on this camera, similar to how I'm doing right now. I was like, I'm just going to turn on this camera and I'm just going to give a little, 6-7 minute video about how I did this from scratch. That video didn't do anything. I made that video, posted it on YouTube, and that video sat on YouTube for about like 6 to 8 months. It didn't even get really any views. It got like 100 views, 200 views max. And one day somebody, his name is Tony, he is a great leader and guy I really, really look up to, super smart guy in the insurance industry and very, very well known. He reposted it on another page. It was an insurance agent, new agent page. And that is really when it picked up and started to take off. Now that video, I believe, has over 40,000 views on my channel, which you can go look. It's How to Start an Insurance Agency. You can see my green wall in my little tiny office back then. But anyways, that I just knew inherently, like, I need to start recording, whether it's just to document this process, get people to see where it can go. Like, I'm excited to show, like, the next time we move offices and grow the team and it's just the next level. So people get to, and entertaining wise, get to see that process and also bringing value to people along the way and just showing, demonstrating what I'm learning, how I've grown from literally not even understanding policies super well and like coverages to now being expert in certain commercial lines that are extremely complicated that other, agents that have been in the business 10, 20 years are struggling with, that I feel I'm sharper than them. Not a competition, but I do feel I have more knowledge even in some of those areas than other people because I've made so many mistakes. That's another part of it. Another big moment here that was a career shifting moment for me was the day I decided that I needed to hire somebody. I realized that now I have one cycle of renewals about 6 to 8 months in, with auto renewals starting to come in. I was already betting on policies and forecasting policies. This is an extremely rough time in the business. The first year, I was gambling heavily, believing that there was going to be more accounts coming in and that my revenue would continue to come in and renewals would start to flow. And at that time, I remember sitting in my office and praying deeply. I said, Lord, please God, like, just help me find the right person. Help me find somebody that can help me grow this business and can be a part of my team. And I just put a lot of faith in God at that time, because I knew that was like the breaking point, like to go to the next level is to start hiring team members and help, because you can't do it by yourself. If you're watching this right now and you're a one single man show insurance agency, I'm telling you, the only real way you can build something meaningful is with a team, with people. People build businesses. You can't do it on your own. You will get slaughtered by people that have the right processes in place. You might not take as much money home because you're going to pay them and there's going to be more expensive. expenses. But if you're really in the mindset and the game of like, let's build the biggest agency we can possibly build, the most service and blah blah blah, the rewards will come later, and it needs to be done with people and teams. So I prayed as hard as I possibly could. I hired someone. Luckily, okay, so this is the crazy part about that. I got a call, or I'm sorry, a message on LinkedIn from a good friend's brother saying like, "Hey, I really admire like that you're doing your own thing and you're going after it." And he's like, "I want to come work for you." I think he said he even wanted to work for free. So I said, "Let's meet up for coffee." I took him out to coffee. We sat there. At this point, I had never managed anybody, trained anybody, hired anybody, let alone I could barely sell policies on my own. So anyways, sat there, had coffee, worked out super well, super cool guy. Till this day, I ran into him like a week or two ago. Love him. Liam, shout out to Liam. And he kind of came on. His kind of ambitions, what he was trying to take his career, wasn't necessarily in line with the insurance industry. So didn't necessarily work out. After a couple months, we parted ways. And again, I was in another position like, okay, I need to bring somebody in here. Again, praying, like, God, please help me find somebody. And I had a trip planned to Europe with my dad and my best friend before I knew that, Liam wasn't going to work out. I had to figure out, okay, what am I going to do at this point now? Because I'm going to be gone for like a week and a half or 2 weeks. And I need someone that's just sharp, that can handle the phones, answer any basic questions, call underwriting, call the company, whatever, just be there for the service. And so I basically went on Nextdoor, the app called Nextdoor, and started kind of posting. I had a feeling, I was like, there's got to be someone smart in where I live. I mean, there's sharp individuals in this area. There's affluent areas in the surrounding cities where I live in. And I knew there would be somebody who had some good background experience and it was trustworthy. And I got flooded with resumes because it was more of like a part-time kind of just like somebody to help out administrative. So I knew it kind of like baited them in a little bit. And luckily it worked fairly well. At the time, it was just honestly a miracle. It was a miracle that I had coffee with this woman. She worked out very, very well, in line with the things that we wanted, the schedule, the kind of, we started at such a low hourly pay too. It's crazy. But I don't know how her name is Jamel. She's now our office manager, and she's like our rock of this agency and has truly helped build this agency with me. So shout out to Jamel. We could not be where we're at right now if it wasn't for you. And so everything lined up pretty well. I took off to Europe, came back, realized, okay, Jamel is definitely somebody we want to keep here and to be here. So we made sure she was happy and everything worked out, and we had a good balance on what our needs were for the business and whatnot. So 3-4 years later, now Jamel is office manager, and we have 5 team members, 6 including myself in the team. And I'm active every single day too. So long stories here, but I wanted to just put them out there because these are the moments that shifted my career completely and have truly made me be where I'm at today. So I'll cut it there, but that's the end of it. Hope you take some of these stories to heart and you find those moments in your career and you recognize them. It's hard to recognize them in the moment because they happen so quick, and it just feels almost unreal. And it probably happened to me right now while I'm actively running the business, and I can't recognize them until later. But just enjoy the moment, enjoy the ride. That first year is one of the best years because it's just so much. It's so new and everything is just so crazy, and miracles do happen. Have faith. That's another thing, is just believe and truly have faith. If you have any faith at all, lean into it and trust. If you don't, that's all good too. Just work your ass off and believe in yourself and bet on yourself, because I think when you bet on yourself and dream big, even if you shoot for the stars and you miss, at least you're going to get somewhere close to it. Or at least, if you're shooting to making $100,000, make that $1 million, and then start acting using the activity necessary to make the million. Because if you mess that up, at least you hit 400,000 or 500,000. Boom, you made it halfway there, and then you got some real, that's some real success. So That's all I got. If you want to talk to me directly, you know where to find me, chriscostantini.com. Follow me on Instagram, Chris the Insurance Guy, and at Adelphia Insurance. We'll do some giveaways soon. So if you follow us, you could screenshot it, send it to us, and we'll do, you got to be following us on Instagram, and smash the like button and subscribe to get some of the giveaway stuff that we're going to be doing. So we got these hats we're pretty excited about. So we'll do a giveaway on the hats. If you do screenshot that you are following Chris the Insurance Guy and Adelphia Insurance, send it in the DMs to Adelphia Insurance, following both, and we will mail you a hat if you get picked. So go ahead and do that. Smash the like button. I really appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys at the top. Thank you so much. Keep grinding. Let's go. 2023, it's a crazy good year. I feel something. There's some energy this year that's going to happen. So let's go. Let's get after it.